Welcome to this edition of Pacific Magazine. I'm Tech Sergeant David Whitaker. I'm here in the village of Tri-Loka, Baucau, where service members from the U.S., Australian, and Timor-Leste militaries have come together under 13th Air Force and Pacific Command for Operation Pacific Angel. Pacific Angel is a humanitarian outreach program started in 2008 that strives to improve the lives of Pacific residents who need it most through medical care and engineering projects, and is growing 1 year at a time. Just past the Indonesian island chain northeast of the Australian coast lies the island of Timor-Leste. The people of Timor, particularly those of the administrative district of Baucau in the east, are friendly, welcoming, and go about their daily lives with a smile and ready greeting. Even though one may think a people this upbeat would not be living daily in an impoverished lifestyle, a decades-long struggle for independence has left Timor with a lower middle-class economy and a long road ahead to prosperity. The majority of the island's people live in small villages and towns across the island in traditional or concrete homes that they oftentimes constructed themselves by hand and build their lives around agriculture and livestock to provide for themselves and their families. And while they can provide several things for themselves working with their own hands, some things are beyond their reach, like quality medical care. Some Timorese have never had the opportunity to see a doctor or a dentist in their lives, or had access to the medicines they can provide. This is where the nations of the Pacific have come together under programs like Pacific Angel. Pacific Angel is a U.S.-led program bringing medical care, construction projects, and other aid in an effort to improve quality of life and help grow Pacific nations. Pacific Angel Timor-Leste is organized under Pacific Forces Command and 13th Air Force and brings general medical, optometry, dental care, school renovation projects, and even specialized large animal veterinary care and training to help boost Timor's economy. It focused on 2 locations in Baucau, Com and Tri-Loka Village, and brings several nations together in combined operations.
Pacific Angel is a remarkable example for us of FFDTL, the PNTL, the ISF, which is the Australians and New Zealanders, as well as the United States Air Force, Army, and Navy pulling together on projects to provide medical and engineering and veterinary services throughout Timor-Leste. It is a magnificent example of the partnership we hope to continue to build.
As civil engineers from across the Pacific work to renovate the school, medical teams work to turn small classrooms into medical clinics, where the local Timorese line up to be seen. Illness has brought much of the community here today, but the recent struggle for independence means not all the challenges bringing patients will be related to disease.
This is my first time doing a humanitarian mission, and it's just kind of interesting to see what they have available to them, not just medically, but just at home. For instance, I had a girl come in with a small cut, just needed to be cleaned up with some soap and water and a Band-Aid. Well, they just don't have any soap at home, which is, things you don't think about. At home, I work half-time in the emergency room and half-time in the clinic, doing family practice, seeing patients anywhere from nursing home down to newborns. Here, seeing essentially the same thing, whatever walks in the door, any issue that they need to be seen for, we're seeing them for. I've seen several guys with wounds from the war. Saw a guy today with a leg that was extensively damaged and a big scar, finger missing, that type of thing. It's interesting that it was not very long ago that they were at war, and you see some of the results of that. I wasn't planning on doing surgeries per se coming here, but some of these people have fairly minor things the way that the way they look. But they're causing them pain in their jobs, whether they're trying to carry something over their head or on their shoulder. And a lot of them have had them 10 to 15 years and just continuously bother them. It's just something that they're just really wanting to get rid of. To be honest, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect, this being my first one. I had some idea. My expectations were to come and help some people out who didn't otherwise have any other options. And hopefully we've done that.
For Rosita Souza, coming to the clinic today wasn't because she was ill or in pain. Coming today meant that for the first time in a long time, she will be able to read.
About the toothache, her son, she is about only eyes only. So this is the first time for her to check the eyes. She came to check the eyes, then her eyes could not see everything clear, so the doctor gave her the glass. After getting the glass, she's very happy because she could use the glass to read and she could use the glass to see everything. She's very happy to get this.
The people here are pretty stoked. They don't. There's not a lot of emotion, but when you put those glasses on them for the first time, and you might get a big smile, but more often than not, just the sides of their mouth kind of creep up. I remember the first time when we went and got my glasses. Driving home that night, it was truly amazing. I mean, just a life-changing experience. And if I can at least help people out with that, not only in the United States but abroad as well, it's a pretty rewarding feeling.
New glasses can mean an immediate and dramatic change for some like Rosita, and a short distance further along is another stop where immediate relief of a different kind can be found. Going to the dentist is usually not a favorite activity, and for most Timorese, this is their first ever visit. This means that they bring not only a healthy amount of courage, but also a mouthful of complications.
What gets at you the most is when you get, like a 4 or 5 year old or 6-year-old, and they're just starting to get their permanent teeth in at 6, and that tooth's already, pretty much non-restorable, and you're having to take it out. That's what kind of gets at you. Most of these patients, this is the first time that they've ever seen a dentist. A lot of them don't know anything about oral hygiene or have a toothbrush or use a toothbrush. So, it's what I'm seeing. It's expected. A lot of severely decayed teeth. A lot of just where the crown is completely gone and just the root tips are remaining. I can't tell you how many root tips were taken out.
Dahlia's mother says that the pain before coming here today was almost too much for her daughter to bear.
About her case, when she feels pain, then she got swollen. Yes, she got swollen. That she felt like her ear is going to break because it's really hard.
And the relief afterward makes it all worthwhile.
She feels bad. After taking out, she feels better. Yes.
While the Pacific Angel doctors are improving the health of their patients, the Pacific Angel engineers are improving the school housing the clinic.
We're out here to help out whatever we can, whatever building that needs to be repaired or torn down and rebuilt. We're actually out here. Our main job is to build things. So with that, we're out here to give the kids a better view, a better classroom, so they can do their education.
Hardly fit for learning beforehand, with broken windows, floors, and a roof that barely held together, by the end of Pacific Angel, the engineers will create a school that will last years to come.
It wasn't a school. It wasn't a learning atmosphere. Honestly, it was barely 3 walls, and there wasn't a roof on it. The thing that was on top wasn't considered a roof. We went in, we repaired it, created sidewalks for them, replaced the roof, replaced the windows, replaced all the doors. So now that there's a sense of security at the school instead of just being out in the open, you can actually feel comfortable, I think.
For school headmaster Siprianas Biusasi, the renovations will lift a great weight off of his shoulders.
He said that before the renovation began, he really couldn't sleep at night. He normally came here. He's very grateful and appreciative.
The engineers work as one team, transforming the school in short order. Away from the medical site in the hills of Timor, one Air Force member is working to make a big difference with some big animals. Major Douglas Riley is one of a small number of Air Force large animal veterinarians, and he's working closely with the Timorese on a project that could be the key to the success of Timor-Leste in the future.
There are small animal veterinarians and then there are large animal veterinarians. Small animal veterinarians are trained really to take care of cats and dogs or your companion animals, whereas food animal veterinarians or large animal veterinarians are more in tune to the herd health. What we're trying to do in the international health realm is, because I'm a large animal veterinarian and because there's a very large need, is we're trying to infuse this specialty into these countries at the grassroots level where we can consult at the very basic level so the country can develop an agricultural-based economy.
Another part of the plan to stabilize the Timor-Leste economy is to pass on the skills to a younger generation. These students are learning basic livestock principles, using them to further their education in agriculture and prepare for a better future.
Fuloro Agriculture School is teaching our young people in relation to the agriculture and livestock and also fisheries.
And all this supports the major's main goal.
We need to teach them to help themselves. My theory is that if I can show them to do a physical exam, they can do the physical exam. If I can show them how to bleed a cow, they can bleed the cow, because I'm not going to be here every day. They're going to be here every day. Over there.
The hope is to bring the agricultural techniques to the whole island of Timor-Leste and grow Timor's economy and create self-sufficiency through agriculture. And with that, the week of Pacific Angel quickly draws to a close. The local children of Tri-Loka village who will benefit the most from the new school gathered together to give their own traditional thanks for the gift they have received. And with the traditional ribbon-cutting ceremony, the school is officially opened and returned to the community. And another successful Pacific Angel comes to a close. That does it for this edition of Pacific Magazine and this mission of Pacific Angel on Timor-Leste. I'm Tech Sergeant David Whitaker, and as always, from all of us here at AFN Tokyo, thanks for watching.